Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Sterling Max here, and welcome to beautiful Pebble Beach. This is quite something here in VR. Today is a little bit of a different video. We're not going to be playing golf so much as just doing a course walkthrough to give you a little bit of a flavor of how you might want to tackle this course. This is quite something. Let's go over and take a look at the first hole. There we go. Alright, and here we are. First hole is a par 4 357 yarder. Probably want to take a 3-wood to leave yourself a landing spot of about here, leave yourself 115 yards, or you can cut the corner, leaving yourself about 80 yards if you hit driver. Coming up to the pin, these are hard pins. The greens are sloped from back to front. Very fast, very fast, and very small. Really tests you. Alright, let's go take a look at the second hole. Second hole is a par 5, 523 yarder. As you can see, it's fairly tight. Just have to put the ball right in between these two big sand traps right here. This leaves you about 250 yards in. Or you can lay up with your second shot, shore the bank, leaving yourself about a pitching wedge in, or fly it with a 3-wood or hybrid. But you have to run the ball up a pretty steep green. There you go. Let's take a look at the third hole. Third hole, another par 4, 394 yards. Leave yourself a little bit of a draw if you want to take driver off this hole. Curl it around the trees, or you can take a 3-wood or hybrid and lay up, leaving yourself about 160 to 170 yards. Driver leaves yourself a little pitching wedge to sand wedge territory to another green that's as pretty gentle as the greens go around Pebble. Again, very fast, very small. If you're playing on pro greens, it's very nice greens for that. Let's take a look at the fourth hole. 337 yards, straight uphill, very tight. You make sure that you want to go on get your ball on the left side, as the right is beach and water. It's almost difficult to keep that on the beach, even if you go right. Left is sandy, but sand's better, leaving yourself a nice little 50-yarder if you take driver, or 3-wood, about 80 to 100-yard shot. Severely sloped back to front greens. Very tight as well. Let's take a look at the fifth hole. Fifth hole is par 3, 202 yards. Make sure that you go left, as there's beach on the right, and it's very easy to go right with this pin position tucked all the way over here. The bailout position would be the sand trap over here, but be careful coming out of it as your green is severely sloping down towards the beach. Alright, and now to the famous sixth. Par 5, 525 yarder. Beautiful hole. Want to make sure that you get your drive along the left side, leaving yourself a really good angle in. Anything on the right, obviously. There's no beach here, so it's all OB. Just have to be very careful. Give yourself a 3-wood or hybrid if you want to go strong for the approach. Another green. There you go. Fifth hole and on to the centerpiece. 7th, par 3, 115 yards. This hole is absolutely gorgeous. As you can see, the breakers coming in off the shore. Oh, fantastic. This is a devilish little hole, too. 115 yards. Pin tucked on the right, so you have to really be careful. But if you manage to find the green, it's one of the easiest green complexes on the course. So birdies are available here. And then we get to the first of our most difficult stretch of this course. The eighth, par 4, 419 yards. As you can see, you kind of have a blind tee shot uphill. 3-wood or hybrid. You'll hear that a lot, but you don't want to go over here, leaving yourself a nasty shot. As you can see from here, you've got probably a 6 or a 5 iron. Carry to a tucked pin, one of the most dangerous greens on the course, as it's almost all red, as you can tell. On pro, you don't want to be above the pin at all. Be below the pin by all means necessary. Very devilish par 5. Alright, and now we get to the twin sister holes, 9 and 10. 9, par 4, 518 yards from the back tees. Really have to make sure you get your tee shot over here on the left. More than likely want to aim at that sand trap right there. Leave yourself a 5-wood or 3 iron into this hole. As you can see, pin's tucked behind the bunker, and green severely slopes from back to front, also towards the beach. Great little hole. Yep, hope you liked it, because 10 is pretty much a carbon copy of 9. And here we are. Again, you want to head your tee shot towards the sand traps over here, but not too far, as you can actually reach these. Leaving yourself a long iron in to this green protected by bunkers and the cliff on the right side. Again, green severely slopes from back to front and toward the water. Beautiful hole as we make the actual turn here to 11 and head back towards the lodge. 384 yard par 4, the 11th hole. Straight uphill. Pretty much want to give yourself a good opportunity here. So this is a really tough green to approach. Pin tucked on the right. As you can see, again, green severely slopes from back to front, with bunker on all sides. Very dangerous hole. And then we come to the par 3 12th. 211 yards downhill. As you can probably tell. Again, pin is tucked on the left. Really difficult hole to reach. One of the hardest holes on the course. And then we get to one of the most picturesque tee shots at Pebble. Par 4. 451 yard. Absolutely gorgeous hole. Look at that tee box. Very tight little chute to get through for your approach. But once you get through, it's fairly wide open green, fairway rather. As you can see, you're left with about 170, 180 yards where your landing shot is. Pin is tucked on the right, and you'll probably think it's a broken record, but again, green severely slopes from back to front towards the water. Very tough hole. Gorgeous. And then we're coming to 14. 14, traditionally known as the hardest hole on the PGA Tour every year. 531 yard par 5 uphill dogleg right. Cut the corner going over the trees. It will take a mammoth shot to reach this fairway. Around 325 yards to go over this sand trap. More than likely you'll find yourself in this little area right here with rough, leaving yourself about 275 yards uphill. So you will find a lot of people hitting just to the left of this tree, leaving themselves about 100 yards. But again, be careful, as it's a false front on this green. Everything's sloping severely from from back to front. Very dangerous hole. Make sure you get well up on the approach. All right, and now par par 4 15th. Again, another beautiful tee shot for 397 yards. Landing area leaves you right about here with 150 in. You want to be careful of this bunker right here. So that will definitely test you. Out of bounds on the right if you get beyond this hedge right here. Everything right of that is out of bounds. And again, heading into green. Protected by bunkers on all sides. Green sloping from back to front. Very beautiful hole. And on to 16. Par 4, 392 yards. This hole is actually very gettable with a good drive. You can hit 3-wood to just carry the bunker, leaving yourself about 135 yards to 150 yards in. Or you can hit driver and try to float down this narrow chute. Your ball will end up right about here, about 90 yards, 80 yards to the green. One of the easier greens in the course is this one slopes from right to left. It's a very gentle slope too, so it's a very gettable hole for a par 4 right before you get to the monster hole, which is 17. See if we can even find this, as it's kind of a hidden tee box. There it is, hidden behind the 4th tee box. Here we go. 17 is a monster par 3, 214 yards. Pacific Ocean in the background, hedges to the left and right. Absolutely gorgeous hole. There. Devilish. Look at the size of that bunker. As you can see, there's 2 real green complexes here, one on the left, one on the right. Most difficult pin is on the left. Green again, sloping from back to front on both sides. You don't want to be on the wrong complex. You definitely want to be on the side where the pin is, depending on which one you have. Gorgeous hole. And the final hole, 18. Par 5, 512 yards. What a gorgeous hole. As you can see, the Pacific Ocean in the background. And the lodge all the way down there. Famous tree in the middle of the fairway. Tree is about 270 yards from the hole, or excuse me, from the tee box. The carry of that leaves you about 253 yards in, with bunker on the left, OB past to the bunker to the left, and a tree guarding the bunker on the front. Laying up, you could leave yourself about 80 yards here to green, or you can threaten by threading the needle and rolling your ball up too. Again, green, severely sloping from back to front, pin tucked all the way in the back, with the lodge in the background. And that's been 18 holes at Pebble Beach. Hope you enjoyed this course walkthrough. This is Sterling Max. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like and subscribe for more content like this. Hopefully we'll be able to bring you more course walkthroughs like this in the future. So, hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.